G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Raised Rails, and today we're going to put the track on to the supports, and we have finished gluing all the supports. If you look down in the bottom corner there, you'll see us gluing those, and so we had to wait for the glue to dry, and then we can come back and put the track's got to be screwed on top, put the track on. So I've already screwed a few in already, and along here on the bridge as well. But there's a screw there, and I've got to put some more in down here. So you've got to find, we need one screw in each part of the track, at least one screw in each track, and if you need another screw later on, you can come back and put that in. We'll see how the train runs on, just one at a time. So this one's got one in, that's for this part, and this is a new section, so no screw here, so we need one in this part. And sometimes I feel my finger, the only time that would change is if one of these tracks was too high, we'll put the screw on the high side. But in this case, they're both the same, so we're going to stick with our rule of thumb, one screw in part per track. So do that. A little tiny hole, very small. A very small pin drill. Right, that's actually 0.5. And now we put my glasses on to find a little tiny screw. Which I've got one here. Yeah. And it's on there, good. So just like little self-tappers, a pointy end would be better, but even the blunt ones will go in because you've pre-drilled a hole. But it's very small, and the head is really, really tiny, so that it doesn't protrude with the bottom of the engine when it passes over the top of the track. So it's important that you don't put too big a screw. Okay, you can find these screws in all the old kids' toys. Just salvage them, or if you can buy them in the shops. I haven't seen them in the shops, but you can probably buy them. I've been salvaging mine from old toys, okay? We don't throw anything out. And as you can see, we need them to use on the track now. So we're also doing recycling. Now I'm using a hand screw to put this in, not the gun. And there's a reason for that, because it's very small, I don't want to strip it out in the board. So use a hand screwdriver, and use one that doesn't fit very well. So therefore it's going to be hard to strip it. Once it goes in and locks, the screwdriver should slip, okay? And it's also adjustable. You can move it in and out. Later on, if it's wrong, you can slip the track forward or backwards like this on the screw. So I'm generally going to put them today where it feels comfortable. There. And that's done. Beautiful. So I'll just progress now on around. We'll do these, finish off, and we'll see you around the other side for maybe a bit of a test run. Let's see how we go. Okay, I think we should do a test run now. So we'll wander around the other side and we'll get the loco going. Rightio, turn on the power down here. We've got our transformer, and away we go. Pretty good. Now as we come back down the hill and slowing it down, you have to actually control the train when this track, because it's raised rails. So we come back on the flat, I'll speed up a little bit, and this round I'll go faster to make sure there's no derailment. Slow down a little bit to the corner, and we go flat out. Yeah, beautiful. And back it up. One more round and we'll park up. But it takes a long time to wind the speed off. Not really, I made that bit up. So we're coming in for a stop now. I think we'll stop about there. There you have it. That is the Great Northern locomotive with a few carriages on there. Looks like the track's very good. We can continue. And now we're going to move on to making the track inside, the internal tracks for the carriage works and other train storage, basically. So we've got to pick our tracks, basically, and we've got to join them up as well, join them together. So I've got a couple of this laid out here. These will be a straight track through there, and a straight up into straight. This is actually a flexible track. I'm going to show you that. So I can actually put a bend in there if I want and screw it down. Any bend that I need, might just be a slight one, or it can still be a straight track if you like. And this today we're going to use it as a bit of a straight there, because it's one piece. And I've got other bits of straight, but they're all small, so it means more joins. And the less joins is better. So always try to use the straightest, longest parts of track for all your straights first, before you have to start dipping into your smaller sections. So we need a round bit here. Now what I'm doing is to actually move this train because I think it's in the way. So we'll go around, put the train up on the raised rails part. That's out of the way for now. And we need to progress, say, one of these. I'm looking at my ends. Always check your ends to see that they're the same exactly. Sometimes they're a bit longer than they should be. You might need to grind it or pick another one. So always pick another one first. Now it's actually going to go here off this one here. This part here is called a turnout, where the track changes from our local track to our inner track. And you have to have a turnout. So you can buy those separately. Actually they cost about $30 to buy brand new. If you can get them second hand, inspect them properly, make sure they're all working in order. But I recommend buying that particular part brand new, in the respect that second-hand ones can be a little bit damaged. I mean, unless they're okay, sometimes a bit hard to find one that's all in order. So while we buy a second-hand track, otherwise, this particular area here, we bought two brand new ones. There's another one there. So this is a right-hand turnout and this is a left-hand turnout, and they're called turnouts. So that one's going to go down there. And we've got one here which is already in place ready for this inner track, as I said. So we want to have a turnout there. And that's really all we're doing today. So we now need to progress and start linking them up. Yeah. Yep, we won't use that one. I've just noticed it's got a bit of solder on the bottom. And that's a high spot, just there, which could make the track sit a bit high on one side, so I'm not going to use that. Nothing there. Doesn't feel like it's doing anything, but we use this one. It's got two lugs on already, which could be advantageous. Means I could race forward and put that on. There's a bit of interference here. Because it's so tight down here, I've got to cut these out, in fact. So don't be scared to lug out. Sometimes you have to make some adjustments. And this stuff just breaks. See that? Okay, so I've taken that out so that it fits into this part here. Yeah, perfect. There we go. That's the little part I took out to make, because it got some there. Looks beautiful. Very, very good. I'm happy with that. The next piece goes in, which will be this one, I decided. Now I've got some wiring on there. That's where someone else has used this part to bring the power in on the tracks. Because our one is just over here, power coming in, same thing. So we don't need that, but we'll leave it on. It's not a big deal. And we'll paint that out later on. You won't see that. But I like to leave it wired because it's handy to have them wired if you want to use that part somewhere else another day. You've got wire on there. So just make sure they're in tight. Oops, just there. And another piece will go on. Now I need to get some lugs. Okay. I think you get the general idea. I think what we might even do at this point, before we finish off, I'm going to be here all day obviously, so you get the idea what I'm doing. When we come back next time, this will be all complete. And before we go though, I think I'll just run the train around backwards to put it onto this part of the track. So I have to change the track here, which I did, and change my direction on the train backwards, and we'll see if that rolls nicely onto that inner track. and it should actually come off the track. A good way of getting the train off the track. There you go. And I think that completes this segment, and we'll see you next time. Bye.